Hey YouTube, this is Super Bot Muffin. I wanted to make this video in response to the rumors and speculations about Sony and Microsoft blocking used games, or certain developers blocking used games. And clearly they want to make a profit, since companies, they cannot profit off the sales of used games, and they figured that's what's causing that's why they're losing a lot of money. But I've come to understand that developers need to understand the reason why you're losing income is not because of used games. It's because you consistently sell rehashes of games people are getting tired of playing, and you often tend to release such low quality games. Now, for example, Operation Raccoon City, that was a very awful that was a very awful game. It was just awful. The the Old Republic. Now, I haven't even played the game. So I can't really say, but judging from what a lot of my friends have told me, the Old Republic was not that great of a game. That's why it went free to play in, like, I think a month or so. I'm not really sure on that, but yeah, if you the developers, if you they have a game that has no story, bad gameplay, and terrible graphics, and I don't understand what goes on in their mindset, but apparently something like that would sell, right? No. If your game's terrible, your game's terrible. That's developers are not understanding. If you want to make a quick buck, you need to release a high quality game. Come up with something new and innovative. Make a new IP. Look at Minecraft. Look how successful that game was. Heavy Rain. It didn't make a whole lot here in the States, but I saw an article that it made over 300 million euros, I think in Europe or something. But, you know, innovation is profitable. And also, developers lose money is because of the full retail price of $60. Like, I'm sorry, but games today are just simply too expensive. I'm lucky enough to get 3 or 4 retail games on day one. Like, nearly every game that I've ever bought was used. Growing up, I was the kid who, after school, I did my homework. They took me to the video store and let me rent a game. I had to rent my games because my parents, they weren't going to spend 50 or 60, $70 on a game back then. No way. So I just stuck to renting. And then as I got older, I went to GameStop and I started buying my games used, because I didn't see the point of paying $60 then. But now you come back and I can find about a year and a half later, it's about $20. But nowadays, developers are trying to cheat you. They pretty much want you to pre-order the game by giving you pre-order bonuses and an incentive to buy your game, content that should have already been on the disc and accessible when the game launched, and not try to say, well, if you pre-order the game, we'll give you this, but if you don't pre-order the game and get used, well, you don't. And I know last month, Metro Last Light had that little bit of controversy that for $5 you get to unlock a higher difficulty mode, which I thought was just ridiculous. Like, why are you charging for something that should have already been on it? From what I understand, hard mode was already there. I think you unlocked it after beating the main game, but the thing is, you didn't have to pay. You didn't have to pay for it. You did not have to pay for the extra hard mode. I think that was just ridiculous. What Deep Silver, whoever developed the game, and Deep Silver, yeah, I think they were the ones who published it. Yeah, it was them. That's why people aren't buying new games anymore, because you have content that's already on the disc. People, they don't want to buy an unfinished game. They want the full complete version, which means if they have to wait a year to get the gaming edition or the ultimate edition, they're gonna do it. I did that with Fallout 3. I got it at a sale. It was $40, but it had all the DLC included, and I also got the guidebook with it. See, I don't mind buying used games at retail, but the thing is, like, I don't want to spend $60 on a game that's not done. Like, you announce DLC like 2 or 3 weeks after the game comes out. Like, you didn't finish your game, so you're telling me I have to give you guys more money just to get the rest of my game? That's why I don't hardly buy retail games. The very last game I bought at full retail on day one was Black Ops 2, way back in November. Since then, I have not bought a new game since. However, that is about to change with The Last of Us comes out next Friday. You know, this will be the first retail game I'll be buying in a long time. And judging by reviews from Rev Games, it look like it's really well. It's a buyer, and you know, I'm so excited for it. But other than that game, every other game from here on out, used. Grand Theft Auto 5, I'll get that day one. But there's just a lot of games. I'm just waiting. Dishonored, $25 now. Hitman Absolution, $17.99 now. I can go get those games because I heard a lot of good things when they first came out. But the thing is, I wasn't going to spend $60 up front. Assassin's Creed 3, I couldn't get it. It was too expensive for me. Dead Space 3, couldn't get it. Far Cry 3, I couldn't get it. Now, if developers do block used games, here's what I believe has to happen if they're going to expect anyone to buy the products. You developers, I'm talking to you developers, you will have to lower the price of your retail games from the traditional $60 to possibly $40 or $35. Now, I can handle $40, but $60, no. What if I only have $60 on me and I want to buy a game that's $40 and I need the other $20 to eat? You ever think about that, game companies? Not many people has the money. You know, if you hate people buying used games, then stop trying to nickel and dime people. Pay $60 and then pay additional $15 and $30. Oh, you buy your season pass. Stop trying to nickel dime people. That's why people aren't buying your shit new. Who knows? Maybe at this year's E3, maybe there might be changes. You know, the Xbox One, I hated it, but it's too early. You know, I'll reserve my judgment until E3. I'll reserve it, and then, you know, if they really are going to block used games, then I'm just not gonna bother with the system at all. Just not, you know, used games. I know developers aren't profiting from used game sales, but they have to understand not everyone can afford a $60 game. If you want, you need to lower your price of your games, and you also need to release games that'll catch people's attention, games that people want to go get the impulse to go out and buy, and not release a rehash or a low quality game. Now, I'm trying to help you out, developers. You guys need money. You fucking work for it. You want your money? Work for it. Give people what they want. A new, unique, and memorable experience. That's how you get your money. But anyway, guys, this is my 2 cents. You know, subscribe to my video. You can press the button below, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. You know, leave a comment in the section, inbox me. But these are my 2 cents. So this is Super Bob Muffin signing out.